Hello and welcome to the TST channel. Nobody knows I'm recording, so hopefully no one comes down here. Because we're doing a Percy Jackson uh, Camp Half-Blood quiz thing. We're doing this, and I'm full screen. Actually, full screen probably breaks it, doesn't it? Does full screen break it? I hope not. I'm doing a full screen. Welcome to Camp Half-Blood. The mist thins as you cross the threshold. You have wandered through trials unseen by mortals, shaped by choices you barely noticed you were making. The gods have been watching quietly. It is time to learn whose blood answers when yours is called. Let me make sure my thing's mute. Okay. When the world feels loud, what quiet do you seek? Oh, wow. Um, Familiar routines. Authority that does not ask. I don't even know what that means, honestly. Moments that feel alive and fleeting. Shadows others avoid. Patterns beneath the noise. Depths where emotions settle slowly. Dude, that's it. What? I don't know how to answer that. As a chess player, patterns beneath the noise speaks out because I need, like, in a game, I need to be able to settle down uh, all the voices and just focus on the patterns and what's happening. Are there any tactics? How can I create an attack and how can I prevent their attack? Um, there's somebody down here. I knew this was a mistake. Okay, 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 we're clear. We're good to go. Um, so as a chess player, I should say patterns beneath the noise, or this is what I should look for. That's not necessarily what I currently look for, though. That's what I should look for. So I should say it. But I probably like everything feels crazy. I feel like one of these four probably, because familiar routines doesn't feel warm to me. It it doesn't feel warm. Um, Moments that feel alive and fleeting. I guess this is like happy memories or like not necessarily happy memories, just like memories that make you feel alive. Shadows others avoid, patterns beneath noise. I'm gonna say patterns beneath noise. What kind of strength feels most like yours? So this is the chess answer. Uh, Endurance built over time. Precision and foresight. Um, momentum that carries others. It's definitely. This is probably who I was when I was like 9. I don't know if this is me now. Um, intensity without apology. No, I can't. It's hard. I can't be intense like at all. Much less unapologetically. Joy that refuses to dim. Let's say it dims a lot. Um, clarity and confusion. Um, I don't know if this means making sense of confusing things or making sense of like other people's confusion. I'm not sure. Um, I still feel like I have some of this. Not as strong as it was when I was 9, but it's still me. Oh, now we have wheat. I don't know what color that one was. People misunderstand you most when they think you are too quiet, too intense. Well, I'm never intense. I'm never intense. Too curious. Too idealistic. Too emotional. Um, too careful. Probably too quiet. So that's what happened yesterday. I guess over this past week. We had like a week out of school because all the snow. It's actually you can't see it because I'm underground, but it is snowing currently. I will say too quiet. Was this an owl? So this is the Athena kids. Okay. What kind of gift would you rather offer to the world? Paths between distant places. Like mentally, you know, um, just because one has stumbled and lost their path doesn't mean they're lost forever. Uh, fairness restored. Hope that survives loss. Hidden knowledge. Things built to last. So this is like architecture. So like Hephaestus, Daedalus. Music or memory is Apollo. Um, so, well, memory would be something to remember me by, right? Not necessarily music to remember me by, because um, paths between distant places, I feel like that could work. Fairness restored, that's, gosh. It's what would I rather offer the world? Um, I mean, hope and humanity, probably. These are olive branches, so I think. At night, your mind drifts toward dreams that linger after waking. Um, deep rest, definitely not. Reflection and planning. Threshold moments. What does threshold moments mean? Transformative, often unplanned, liminal spaces or junctures in life that mark a transition from one state of being, perspective, or life phase to another. Um, actually, that might be my answer. Because it's definitely not, it's not this. It's not that. Reflection and planning is like reflection and planning and the threshold moments. So I'm gonna say threshold moments. Which vow would you never break? To remain free, to protect what depends on you, to keep balance, to grow something lasting, to guide others safely, to honor the dead. The guide other safely thinks like a protector in like the Grover sense. Or like Grover's the protector, he has to guide them to the camp safely. Um, protect what depends on you makes me think more like, um, I guess this is more so motherly love. And, you know, your friends. Like, this is Percy, this is Grover, this is Percy, um, and Sally. So, I will say to protect what depends on me. When faced with conflict, what calls to you first? It's a hammer. Okay. Action without hesitation. Definitely not. Sometimes I wish, but no. Observation and patience. Calm meditation. I am not Qui-Gon Jinn. Withdrawal until clarity arrives. That's insane. Rallying others to action. Um, finding joy even in tension. Like, finding joy even in tension. Trying to think of what these answers make me think of. Rallying others to action, obviously you're like the leader of the group, you're the one people listen to. Um, but what calls to me first is like observing the situation and being patient with it. Because like I'm not necessarily trying to answer this based on like monsters going around everywhere. I'm trying to answer it based on like human interaction, and human interaction when you're faced with conflict, the best thing is probably just observation, figure out what's going on, and be patient. Um, Coco, what are you doing? Okay. The peacock. Hera? What draws your attention in a crowded room? Those who lead without speaking. In a crowded room. Hidden stories. Beauty or charm. Patterns or systems. Things that grow or bloom. Colors that connect hearts. Okay. Wow. Um, if I'm in a crowded room and this isn't like not a 30 student classroom, so it's like um a crowded room. Hmm. Those who lead without speaking, well, they don't say anything, so I don't hear them. Uh, hidden stories, not necessarily. Beauty or charm, sometimes. Patterns or systems, things that grow or bloom, colors that connect hearts. I don't know. Um, patterns or systems, like it's probably beauty or charm. I don't know. Which devotion feels most true to you? Something steady that asks for nothing in return. Um, that won't that won't work for me. That won't work for me. Sometimes I feel like if I'm not of service to others, I'm just wasting oxygen for everyone else. Um, something that guides others quietly. Um, something that protects what endures. So this is like, um, guess archaeology, historical architecture, preservation and stuff. Um, Something that shapes the future is like modern architecture, I guess. Something that restores balance, something intense, brief, and transformative. Um, well, this one happened, so let's see. Something that restores balance, something that shapes the future, something that protects what endures, something that guides others quietly. I'll say that. If I'm going to be an archaeologist, probably the most accurate. So, a path through the forest promises freedom. How do you respond? I am willingly ready for adventure. I observe first and act decisively. It's the observation and patience, right? I follow quietly, protecting those with me. Um, I move with the wind, playful and light. I linger, seeing what blooms along the way. I pause, reflecting on unseen forces. Um, it's this one, or this one, so I'm gonna say this one. Um, if given a chance to master one art which calls to you the most, crafting with fire and skill, um, well, I'm definitely not a Hephaestus kid. Leading others through courage, um, I'm not a Gryffindor either. That's what calls to me the most, definitely. Healing and nurturing growth. I'm not a cleric. I'm not a Apollo kid singing a prophecy. Again, I'm not an Apollo kid. Love, charm, and beauty. Definitely not an Aphrodite kid. And given a chance to master one art, and you say love, charm, beauty, wisdom, and strategy. I mean, this would help with chess, but this would help lead a team. Um, which natural element calls to you most? Thunder and sky, definitely not. Keep Jason away from me. Uh, Sea and tide, because I read Percy Jackson books when I was so young, so it's like, but I don't like going down to the ocean when I'm at the beach, and I don't even like getting in the swimming pool. So, but I like seeing it. I like being there and observing it, but I don't like being a part of it, right? Sunlight and warmth, um, earth and growth. So this is like Demeter, I guess. Um, fire and forge, of course, Hephaestus. And then shadows and silence would be Hades, but I kind of hoping there would be one with like ice, but there's no, to my knowledge, there's no Greek god of ice and snow. Um, there's like the wind gods, but I think the closest you can get to ice and snow is gonna be the sea and tide. And let's just say, the sea and tide probably calls to me a bit more. Well, actually, shadows and silence. Yeah, no, shadows and silence calls to me most. A moonlit hunt calls your heart. How do you respond? What? I answer freely, leaving constraints behind. I observe first and act decisively. I guard those who depend on me. I move swiftly, unseen, and clever. I linger to witness what blooms. I consider hidden paths and signs. Um, observe first and act decisively. Those who depend on me, of course. In your home, what brings you comfort most? The hearth, quiet and steady. Hestia. Sounds of music and laughter. Order and wisdom guiding each step. A place that protects loved ones. The beauty of life unfolding to quiet shadows and rest. Well, definitely not that one. Definitely not comfort. Nope, nope, nope. Sounds of Music and Laughter, probably. Um, because the sounds of music and laughter make it feel like a place to talk cell phones when sometimes everything's just silent. So nobody's together because of the technology and stuff. I mean, I'm down here and there's probably three people upstairs. Probably none of them hanging out with each other. So let's say sounds of music and laughter. Which companion would you prefer on a journey? The clever messenger, like Hermes, a fierce protector, someone like Percy, an inspiring leader, okay, a dreamer, a wise strategist, like Odysseus, uh, or a leader could also be Odysseus. Leader and strategist are definitely Athena kids. Um, a quiet nurturer makes me think an Apollo kid that knows how to shut up every once in a while. um, even Hades kids sometimes. Um, who would I prefer on a journey? Well, I want to be the inspiring leader. So I want to go with the fierce protector. Which mark would you leave on the world? The Mark of Athena. Sorry, I'm like right in the dead middle of that book um, right now, so please no spoilers. I'm pretty sure, I think Leo dies in Years of Blood of Olympus, and I know apparently Jason dies at some point, but that's gonna take me so long to get to whenever that is. Because I actually have The Sun and the Star, the first of the Nico books, but I have so much catching up to do, and it's like I'm not gonna read. Honestly, I could consider skipping Trials of Apollo just because it's five Trials of Apollo books. Really, do I need to read all that? And apparently they're like not very good. Some people had to read those in school, the Trials of Apollo books. Like if my class read Hunger Games, my friend's class, everyone in there had already read the Hunger Games, so they read Trials of Apollo. If I had to read Trials of Apollo and I was reading out of order, I would have just intentionally not read. I would have intentionally not read to avoid spoilers. Uh, which mark would I leave in the world? Balance and fairness, freedom and victory, joy and celebration, dreams and imagination, paths that connect, hidden wisdom. Um, paths that connect, let's say that. I think this might be the last question, guys. When faced with a challenge, what guides you most? Courage to confront the unknown. I wish. I mean, if I want to live as a man without fear, then this. This is what I want to start guiding me. Calm reflection before action. Harmony between all sides. Protecting what I love. Insight from dreams and intuition. Well, my dreams don't give me insight. um, flowing with the tides of life. So protecting my love, courage to confront the unknown. But yeah, no, definitely that. My destiny awaits. Your godly parent has called you. You have been honored with a place among the demigods of Camp Half-Blood. The fates have woven your thread. Let's see, what is it? Hera! Wow! A steady crown settles upon your thoughts. Bonds, vows, and loyalty shape your strength. Hera claims you. But Hera sucks. I said to keep Jason away from me, talking about a different Jason, of course, but like, the actual Jason with the fleece, keep him away from me too. Um, but oh no, but Hera chose the seven, right? For Heroes of Olympus, so I guess I can be I can be one of the seven. Uh, Divine ability, empowering alliances, protective wards, emotional endurance. Fatal flaw, rigidity. And that's it. That's it. There's no restart. Okay. Rigidity, I don't actually know what that means. I'm so smart, guys. Rigidity. The physical or metaphorical quality of being stiff, unyielding, and resistant to bending, deformation, or change. Um, yeah. Yeah, kind of. I, yeah, I can see that, actually. Fatal flaw, rigidity. Huh. I mean, I can definitely see that. Um, yeah, because no matter how many bends, and bashes and bruises, I'm not gonna break. I'm gonna keep being me. Um, wow. Wow. Okay, wow. Um, come back here. Okay, so that was that was exciting. Um, I'm a Hera kid? What? First I went to like New York and got the pink M&M, and now I'm the Hera kid. Wow. Let's be real, I was never gonna get uh one of the fun ones because you know, all my answers were loyalty and protection, basically. And that's Hera. Ugh. Well, well, thank you very much for talking.